Hey everybody, Mobile Gamers Unite, another FTC compliant vid brought to you by, well, me, alright? So, here is beautiful, wild, fiery Alyssa. She is amazing, and we're going to get into that. Pretty much what I want to do is kind of break this unit down. There's been people going back and forth about whether or not she's on a limited banner. Some people are saying this is not a limited banner, the Council of 10. I was told from the start that when we got the Council of 10, they would be limited. If I'm wrong about this, that would be really cool. Actually, you know, this probably isn't the best place to look. We're probably going to want to check any news we have. Here it is. Will become available. The Council of 10. They have an increased rate. They look limited to me. I know their banner's up pretty soon. If anybody has any input on that, just leave a comment. Here's what I will say. I'm not going to try for Lance Evil. I hear he's a good tank, but we already have a decent tank that he is comparable to. I'm sure he's a little bit better. Here's the thing. People have been saying that Eliza here, she's comparable to Dyne. So then, what does that mean for these limited characters that are on a banner for 5 days? Does that mean that they are pretty much just reskinned characters, and you know, it's your chance to get Dyne with a sexy skin? There is more to it than that. She is not a reskin Dyne. And this is part of the reason why I've taken a minute to make this vid, because I really did want to check her out. I only managed to get her to this level, but I got to play around with her and really see you know, what she's about. So we're going to be talking about mages. We're going to be talking about what sets the mage meta in this game, and where this girl fits into it. So first things first, she's a Dyne clone. No, she's not. Okay? About the only thing her and Dyne have in common is Crimson Flare. Her and Dyne are going to cast Crimson Flare the same exact way. He's going to get bonus damage to fire, but so is she. So Crimson Flare is going to come down. It's going to do around the same damage for both of them. Neither of these characters have high level magic chant in their kit, right? So they're going to cast at the same speed with the same items given, obviously. And actually, we'll talk about high level magic chant because I was asking why Papoy isn't considered an SS rank mage, and he's only a S rank mage on a lot of these tier lists. And the only sense me and my group could make of it is that he doesn't have high level magic chant in his kit, which Xerxes has. And that's why Xerxes that's why Xerxes can continually insta-cast Blizzard, just all of his ice spells, and he casts them very quickly. So it's an expensive ability. It costs a lot of points, so it's really nice for a mage to have that in their kit. Now, this girl and Dyne, neither of them have that ability. So if you want to give that to them and you want them to cast faster, you're going to have to pay for it with SC. Ultimately, though, as far as magic goes, as far as just being a MP-based mage, this girl and Dyne are going to cast the same fire spells for the same damage. But here comes the difference, okay? When you start to factor in skill-based damage and skills that you get to free cast, this girl is going to take the cake, she's going to bake the cake, and she's going to eat it too. What I mean by that is, if you look under this girl's traits, she gets Flame Override, boosts the effects of fire magic attacks. Great. Dyne has something like this too, of course. I mean, they're fire mages. They're going to have something that boosts their fire magic. That just makes sense. But she also gets Mastery of Fire. This is where it gets important. When using fire magic attacks, recover SCT slightly. It might not sound like a big deal, but that is a big deal. That is going to let this girl recycle her kit, her T1 through T3, T4 abilities, all of these. They're going to charge up faster as long as she's doing fire damage. Fire damage is the only thing she does. So the difference between her and Dyne turns into this. They're going to cast spells exactly the same way, but she's going to be able to recharge her skills faster. And her skills are very nifty. Assault Fire, her T2, this is Popoy's Fireball ability, except she doesn't have to take the time to cast it. She can just insta-dump it. This does knock enemies back. It's a series of fireballs that hits them. I like it. It's fun to use. She also gets Flare Party. This is probably one of my favorites. She pretty much just nukes the whole screen with fireballs. It's really cool. And then she gets Burning Dress. This is just like Dyne's Fire Tornado ability. The important thing is, though, these are all fire. So obviously, anytime she uses any one of these, the cooldown on all of them goes down. So she's going to have access to these much faster than someone like Dyne. She's also going to be a lot prettier to look at. Strategically speaking, though, it's a pretty huge advantage, right? Because if you can take mobs out and you can go through levels by using your kit right here, you don't have to use any of your magic points. You can save all those for the boss. That is definitely a strategic advantage that this girl is going to have. But when it comes time to actually throw Crimson Flare, you're going to get the same Crimson Flare between her and Dyne, because they're both going to have the same amount of traits and abilities that increase fire magic damage. Of course, all of this can be augmented by equipment too. But pretty much in a nutshell, I'm just trying to get across what makes this girl different than Dyne. She's not a Dyne clone. She does get played differently. She gets to pew pew a lot more than Dyne does with all of her kit skills. So I am happy that I pulled this girl. She is the one that I wanted. I can take her and Popoy now, and pretty much my fire troll, and he can, I can try that whole type of party out where he can crowd control people while my two mages cast. So where does she rank as a mage? I honestly gotta say, until I can see more of her, and if you guys have some input on this, feel free to leave a comment. She has an ability to feed herself off of just using fire damage. Fire Troll here can feed himself as well. He only feeds himself with his skill cooldowns if he gets a kill. So she's got a huge advantage over him. All she has to do is start throwing fire abilities and her cooldowns go down. This guy actually has to get a kill, and even that works well enough for me, where as long as I can get 1 or 2 kills, he's going to have some of these skills, and they're going to do enough damage to get him more kills and charge up the rest of his kit. As far as I'm concerned, it's magic damage that it's damage that you're not paying for with magic points. But one thing I will mention, as far as the mage spectrum goes, I still think Popoy's on top right now for anybody that has him, for the simple fact that Popoy is going to come with 200 shards. So he's just going to have higher base stats, right? Popoy's kind of hard to compare to her. He is a mage, but he does all these different elements. But as far as casting goes, these mages have to be built different too. Like, for instance, Popoy here is going to come with a ton of magic points. So you don't have to spend any of your skill points to add to his magic points. Instead, you're going to be giving him other abilities. So all of these mages can kind of, they end up at the same place, but it seems to me like they all take a different path. For some mages, you might have to pay for high magic chant or whatever it's called, which costs a lot of SC. Other mages come with that in their kit, and instead of paying for that, you're going to have to power up how many magic points they can bring into battle, because they just don't have enough magic points. There's always going to be that struggle of ability and performance. All these mages are going to come half built. You're going to have to fill in the blanks with the abilities that you want, obviously. So right now, my Pupoi is still obviously going to be stronger than this girl. I thought that since she was limited, she would come with 200 shards. No, you do have to farm the shards out for her, just like every other character, which does give collab characters quite the advantage. Like, day one, Pupoi was 3-4-star awaken. He's woke AF. Pupoi never goes to sleep. This girl has a long way to go before she can be woke. And obviously, these shards are not that easy to grind out. It's really like the one thing that limits us with these characters in this game. So I will be working on that. I'm going to be having a pretty fun little fire damage party. Can't wait to see what they can do. And if I have to, I also have Dyne if I really want to get nasty with fire. But I think I'm going to prioritize building her over Dyne, for the simple fact that I'm going to be running around and destroying everything with her abilities for free before I ever resort to wasting her precious magic points. So this is kind of her sneak peek. Let's see. This girl gets... she does get fast barrier. Most of the mages do. She gets flame wall. She gets advanced magic circles. Whoa, sorry for the break. Work never stops. Where were we? Alright, yeah, she gets fast barrier, which, most of these mages do. She gets auto aura. Let's see. Magic up 2. And of course, when we're talking about having to spend SC for mage abilities, obviously, a mage that has high magic chant, instead of paying for that, you might have to pay for different magic up abilities. And another mage might come with a bunch of different magic up abilities, but instead you're going to have to pay for high level magic chant. So she has a pretty gnarly kit in here already. She does get flame boost, obviously. It's going to work out very well for her, considering that is her element. Over here we do have her actual skills. Flare party. This is my favorite one. Medium range. Frontal fire attack with a wide area. I like the wide area. It feels like she literally nukes the whole screen. It's really nice to have on tap, and it does knock people back, moves them around a little bit for some crowd control. Assault fire, this is like the same animation as Pupoi's fireball, the Secret of Mana spell. It's long range, front fire attack. This does knock enemies back a little bit, similar to Dyne's Phoenix ability. That thing's really good for pushing people away from him. Let's see, and then I think her other one. Okay, this is the Mastery of Fire that she gets, and obviously you can level that up. I can't wait to work on that one to really see the big difference that it makes with her cooldowns. I only have one Mastery of Fire so far, and I can already see the difference in it. I can only imagine how much of a difference it's going to make when I get the other two. Let's see. And then obviously Burning Dress. It's a medium area, effective against plants. It's just like Dyne's Fire Tornado thing. It's really good crowd control. This is pretty much what you're going to bust out when people charge your mage and actually get to your mage. Your mage can drop an ability like this and hit everybody around her, throw them up in the air, get some distance between them. And obviously doing all of that is going to decrease her cooldowns. Let's see. And then we get these more just burning dresses. How many burnt dresses do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. She does get Pose of Honor. So That is going to help her rejuvenate some of her magic points between waves. That's always nice. Backfire is nice to have for free. Increased intelligence when close to death. You know, she just seems like kind of a vengeful bitch, so I could see her doing more damage when she's hurt. Obviously, all mages get advanced magic circles, very nice, and most of them get some sort of wall. She gets flame wall to help shield her from earth attributes. So all in all, it's a good, solid mage kit. Okay, I really think that what differentiates her from the other fire mages is, like I said, it's going to actually be her skill kit. So I do think that this girl is more than just a reskin of Dyne. She does play differently, and I think you can potentially get a lot better numbers out of her because you're just going to be able to bank that much more off of her natural abilities that she comes with. Now, I haven't even got a chance to drop her T4 yet, this Volcanic Rondo. I've seen the video for it. It looks absolutely amazing, and I'm sure she does hella sick fire damage with it, so I can't wait for that. The best part of it is this super powerful fire ability. It's going to charge up quicker the more she uses all of these, so really like her kit, really like the way she's built, definitely like her sprite, everything. She just looks great. Her English voice, I listened to it. It sounds a little weird. I think I might just change it back to the Japanese voice. I like that. But all in all, I wanted to put something out for you guys about this character. This is my first impression of her, kind of what I think after playing with her for a little bit and looking over her, kind of comparing her to some of the other mages. And I wanted to put this out there as quickly as I could so you guys at least have an idea of what's on this banner right now. So, I mean, at least you can look at this and figure out if you're even interested in this character or not. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the best I can do considering this banner is going to be down in 3 days and 7 hours. So you got 3 days to decide. Lance Evil is, like I said, supposed to be an awesome tank. And I'm sure he gets some badass tank abilities. But from what I've been told is if you have Prince Grom, tanks are very useful, but I don't really see Prince Grom lacking in the tank department. I mean, I don't think Lance Evil is going to fulfill some magical role that wasn't already being fulfilled in this game. Prince Grom, a lot of people play with him. I've seen a lot of good things. He's got great crowd control. So if anybody has any info on Lance Evil and really what makes him stand out, please leave me a comment, let me know. I'm not going to be able to pull Lance Evil because I'm saving everything else for probably the next collab that we have. Those characters seem to be the most powerful characters, and that makes sense. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out for collabs in the future. This is a Crunchyroll game, so hopefully we get some awesome anime collabs. Can't wait for that. Now those are characters I would line up to pull for. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I definitely have my hands full just building my fire party. So I think I'm all good on pulls. Oh yeah, that's right. I pulled her right after I did my last video. I think I did 3 or 4 10 pulls on the video. We didn't get anything. After I shot the video, I did 2 more 10 pulls and she came down. So 60 pulls on this banner netted us this girl. That is good luck. If I look at how many pulls I've done on limited banners before I got an on-banner character, it's about 260 pulls that I did. Between the last limited banner, which was the Christmas banner, and this limited banner, I did 60 pulls on this one, and I did well over 200 pulls on the last one. So 260 pulls spread between 2 limited banners netted me 1 on-banner character. At least I got the on-banner character that I wanted. This definitely was the girl that I was after from the start. I will take her over Lance Evil. I really just like looking at her. So give me a thumbs up, give me a like if you agree If you don't like looking at this girl, then I don't know, maybe you can go pull Lance Evil and look at him, alright? But obviously, she's going to stay as my background for a while. I just really dig all the assets she's bringing to Last Cloudia. So, on that note, over and out, everybody. Have an awesome night. I got to go catch up on some Landgrisser. We got a ton of stuff over there. I got some content regarding Landgrisser coming out pretty soon. I haven't been sleeping on that game. It's just that we've had so much content introduced over there. And we got some new content here in Last Cloudia as well. We got some storyline added, and that has all been fun. And speaking of which, I love fishing. Alright, if you like fishing in this game too, leave me a comment, let me know, because I was actually very surprised. Anytime one of these games has a little mini game built into it, and it actually compels me to play it, I totally dig it, and I've actually found myself having a lot of fun in the fishing spot, even though it's just a little side game. So kudos and props to this game for having a fun little fishing game built into it. If there's any other games on here that I'm missing, let me know. But pretty much the new content that we got from here was just added story, a lot of good stuff like that. Over in Landgrisser, though, they added a lot of different features. They added different troops, a lot of different stuff. So that's why I've been holding off on doing a Landgrisser video, because before I talk about all that stuff, I actually want to play through it, you know, unlock some of these characters, some of these troops. So I got a lot of stuff going on over there. It's kind of been, I don't know, it's different. Like, this game added a patch. We got more maps to do. Out here we got more story, and we got some new characters. But as far as the changes that Landgrisser went through, they actually added some modes and just a whole lot of different things. There's different boss fights. The level cap went up. So all in good time. I'm sure that we'll make our way here too. So Mobile Gamers Unite. Have an awesome night. Everybody, I will see you all on the flip side. Peace.